Cooking Crush Episode 1 introduces us to Prem, who is buying some groceries at the market. He narrates how his passion for cooking was learned from his beloved grandma. She has been his rock ever since he can remember. For him, watching people enjoy his grandma's food at her restaurant is his greatest inspiration. His dream has been to join a culinary school, and he had almost given up. Thankfully, his grandma came through for him and decided to pay for his fees in a culinary school. Since then, Prem dedicated himself to studying hard and making his grandma proud. However, the school was different from what he pictured. In the first year, he studied mathematics. He could only be a kitchen helper in his second year, and now, in his third year, he is finally getting a chance to prove himself. Prem is excited to be one step closer to his dream. After grocery shopping, Prem accidentally runs into Tin, who picks an onion Prem dropped. For a while there, Tin mistook Prem, asking him to return the onion in his hands as flirting. Prem heads home, and his sister Ping informs him the shower is not working. He will have to take a cold bath outside the house. After the shower, he has a meal with his sister while they tease each other, typical sibling behavior. Meanwhile, Tin heads home and is feeling hungry. As he prepares for his day, he starts planning his meal plan. He asks his house manager to prepare him a meal but changes his mind after seeing his dad. It is evident that they have bad blood between them. His dad challenges him to stay hungry the whole day if he insists on missing meals on his account. In response, Tin says he is a man of his word, unlike his father, and leaves. What is up with these two? Tin spends the whole day distracted, trying to conserve his energy. Unfortunately, in its cunning nature, the universe tests him more that day. He is forced to push a car when it develops an issue. His friends, Metha and Fire, tempt him to eat some of his favorite foods, but he stays true to his goal. In the meantime, Prem's professor asks them to prepare a Thai soup dish. The students are supposed to use the morning to outline their ideas and the afternoon to prepare their dishes. Prem teams up with his two best friends, Samsi and Dynamite. The three of them have been friends for a long time, and on the weekends, they watch a famous cooking show, Super Monster Chef, together. They also have a common enemy known as 3B, who always mock their cooking skills. For their dish, Samsi, Dynamite and Prem decide to make coconut milk curry. During lunch, Dynamite reveals he has a crush on Fire and Prem, and Samsi encourages him to ask him out. However, Fire instantly distances himself from Dynamite. On the other hand, Samsi exchanges words with Metha, who buys all the deep-fried pork balls at the restaurant. Samsi was looking forward to enjoying his lunch but gets pissed when he misses his favorite dish. At the same time, Prem and Tin notice each other. After lunch, Prem and his friends start preparing their dish, but a minor accident causes them to lose their grated coconut. Prem volunteers to buy more and is accidentally hit by a ball Tin kicked. He passes out and loses precious time. Tin apologizes once Prem wakes up, but the latter is rushing to finish the dish. Finally, Prem manages to return to the kitchen, but his team is unable to deliver the dish on time. Due to this, the professor refuses to grade their soup, and the 3BS start mocking them. Prem's team gets penalized for using a harsh word while responding to the 3BS. The professor asks them to clean the whole kitchen later that evening. Unfortunately, Dynamite hurts his hands, and Samsi gets tired and itchy from spending too much time washing dishes. Prem offers to finish up and allows his friends to head home early. Later, Prem feels bad for their soup and contemplates throwing it out. He runs into Tin, who is starving and is starting to have dizzy spells. To help Tin, Prem takes him back to the kitchen and warms the soup for him. Tin is mesmerized by the taste, and after finishing it, he thanks Prem and says it is the best soup. The compliment and watching Tin enjoy his food makes Prem feel better. He offers to help Prem finish up cleaning and treat his cut. Tin explains that he is a medical student in his third year. Once Tin treats his cut, Prem returns to his work and finishes up. He later discovers that Tin dropped his wallet in the kitchen. Elsewhere, Dynamite spots Fire watching his crush, Janae, and volunteers to help him get her number. As expected, Dynamite gives his number to Fire and tricks him into believing it is Janae's. When Fire discovers this, he rains a torrent of insults on Dynamite, but the good fella takes it all in his stride. He finds this naughty side of Fire endearing. The next morning, Prem wakes up early to cook for his family. They tease him but tell the guy he is becoming a great chef. As Ping leaves, Grandma reminds her to pay her tuition and cram school fees. After breakfast, Prem gets a call from his professor asking to meet him. The professor informs Prem that he broke the rules when he brought Tin into the kitchen. He says that he will punish Prem later. Obviously, Prem is angry and blames Tin for being his jinx. He goes around the school looking for Tin to give him his wallet and asks for distance between them. Tin is surprised and says it is not his fault that Prem broke the rules. He begs Prem to be his cooking teacher. Prem turns down the offer, but Tin doesn't give up. The following day, he brings a dish for Prem to try. Prem finds the dish salty, and Tin says this is why he needs help. Once again, Prem turns down Tin's offer. He tells Tin that he is not qualified enough to teach anyone. Tin tries to convince him and leaves his phone number behind if Prem changes his mind. We later see Tin write a message on his laptop, informing the other party that he is looking for the Tom Kha Gai recipe they used to enjoy. Tin thinks Prem's soup tastes exactly the same. The episode review. It is good to see Afghan on our screens again. We also love that Neo is part of this project. We certainly miss him from Only Friends. As we ease into this new series, it is evident that Afghan's chemistry is still off the chart. They effortlessly carry this series from their first scene together. A fantastic cast also joins them, and we look forward to how the different storylines will continue. We can tell that Tin and his dad have issues, but we are yet to find out more. Will they be able to fix their relationship by the end of the show? We are also curious about who Tin referred to when talking about enjoying soup together in the past. Is he still stuck on an old flame, and what happened to her?